So we have today in the scriptures two of the most familiar scriptures of all time. The fall in Genesis. And then, of course, Jesus going into the desert and being tempted by Satan in the desert. It is interesting that let's talk about the fall real quickly. Because what we learn in the story of the fall is that Satan is a liar. And how do we know it? Well, we know it because Satan says to Eve, if you eat the fruit, you will be like God. But we know that's not true because, in fact, they eat the fruit, and what happens to them? They are naked. They are afraid. Fear comes into the world through the sin of Adam and Eve. And, I wonder sometimes if we really recognize that, Satan has been at the heart of all of the evil in our world. And we need to be aware of that. And that brings me then, of course, to the gospel where Jesus goes into the desert. Now, there's one thing that should puzzle all of us about the story of Jesus in the desert, and that is, how is it that Jesus, who was by himself in the desert with Satan, how did that story end up getting in the scriptures? You ever thought of that? How did it get in the scriptures? I'll give you my guess. Jesus told them the story. It's so important for us to understand. Jesus told them. He said, don't forget this, because this is what Satan does to you. First of all, Satan waits until you're really sick and really tired. That's the meaning of being in 40 days and 40 nights where he doesn't eat. And he's at a very low physical level. And yet, Jesus understands that it's all about the will of his Father. And no matter what it is that Satan wants to do and give and tempt with, Jesus will have none of it because he is faithful to his Father. So, what's the lesson of that for us? The lesson for us in that is this, that if we have faith in Jesus, we win. Jesus wins. We will live forever with him if we just trust in him. It's not going to be easy because, let's be honest, temptation's a tough thing to get past. But Jesus lets us know in this first powerful story that he will be triumphant. It might not look the way we want it to look. Maybe it looks like that. That is the way that sin is conquered and Satan is defeated. And may the praise be to Jesus Christ.